Welcome back to DSP along with Derek, Ben, and Ken. I'm Hobie. So many great things, even though it was a quote-unquote ugly game for the Lions. It's still a big win for them. Maybe the ugliest part of the game is losing not one, not two, but three starters leaving the game with an injury. Kirby Joseph got hurt on DJ Reed's interception, but he came back into the game. But Reed got hurt. He left the game on a cart. Terrion Arnold hurt his shoulder. Hearing from Dan Campbell earlier, it sounds like Reed is going to miss some extended time. Terrion Arnold may or may not play this week, but Campbell said he should be ready for week 6 when that game arrives. But looking at the secondary right now, going to Cincinnati, they're not playing with Joe Burrow right now, but still pretty good receiving core. What are you expecting this to look like for the Lions defense? Because it seems like we've been through this tale with this team before.
The Bengals have good receivers, but as I was telling you earlier, I can't get worried about the Bengals game because of what I saw last week against Minnesota. I can't bring myself to fear that game, especially with how the Lions have been playing. So I feel that even if Jamar Chase is open every single time, I don't know if the ball is going to be thrown within his wingspan. So I don't know. It's not a good situation to be in. Especially because other than DJ Reed, I don't feel good about any of the Lions corners. But this week specifically, I'm not that worried.
What has been the issue for Cincinnati since the dawn of time?
Their defense.
Well, yes, but on offense, I mean.
On offense?
I'm talking about versus their defense.
Can't run the ball.
The offensive line is terrible. So I don't think Jake Browning is going to be standing up that much. I think he's going to be on the ground a lot. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. Hopefully, you'd think they'd really, take advantage of that.
And Chase Brown has struggled to run the ball this year. They haven't really found a running back since Joe Mixon was there. Yeah. It's a lot of quick passes and a struggling run game, and
other than Hendrickson, their defensive line doesn't scare me at all. So I expect the Lions to kind of control the ball in this game. And I look for a very lopsided time of possession, and I think that's the strategy.
This is one of those
control
games.
it.
Okay, so we were talking about going into the Browns game. Oh, no concerns whatsoever. This is a game that they should win. I mean, this is the way y'all are talking. It's like on paper, it lines up even more in the Lions' favor.
Other than the game being on the road, I feel the same about this as I did about
No, I'm definitely more worried about Cincinnati. I mean, when you have Jamar Chase on the other side of the ball and T. Higgins, I mean, they have playmakers, and with if you're down corners, I mean, there's a scenario where they struggle on pass defense for sure, but they just have to control the trend. I mean, just like you said, it's the same thing that the Lions always do. They have to control the lines, and they'll be okay. But I mean, they've given up big passing plays to every team that they've played so far.
The only thing that could make me worried about this game is if Callie picks the Lions, and I'll have to wait and tune into the Local 4 Instagram page to find out. So
that is the only thing that concerns you.
Doesn't it feel like we've just kind of picked up where we left off last year, though? Besides the Green Bay game, the Lions are right back into just crushing teams. And
the Lions even had the Green Bay game last year. It was just the second week against Tampa Bay where they just looked terrible. Mm-hmm. And
there's something about us starting off 1-1. We have to start the season 1-1. I don't know what it is.
We don't want that undefeated night.
It's almost as if none of the guys who play during the season have played football before for 8 months going into the Lions season.
It's a little rust.
Yeah, none of them have even been dusted off. So, yeah.
At least they don't tie. All right, I got a question.
Yes.
I was laughing so hard watching that game, and the fact that it ended in a tie. Is a tie worse than a loss? Because
I don't know. That is a good question.
It's just one of those annoying things when you look at the stands.
I think it is for the Packers,
right?
Because now they're not in first place anymore.
Yeah. I couldn't believe they got that 1 second left in overtime too. I thought they were going to lose that game at the very end.
Well, a loss is objectively worse, but what this does, it helps the Lions kind of in a weird way because the first tiebreaker, if the Lions and Packers were to finish tied, would be head-to-head, right?
Right.
And the fact that the Packers have a tie now basically guarantees that the two teams aren't going to finish tied. So, the head-to-head almost doesn't matter anymore unless the Lions also pick up a tie this year.
And the odds of that, this is the first one since 2022? Something like that. It was the first tie in the NFL
or something.
Yeah. Fun little stat though.
Go ahead.
Was it Lions Steelers?
Since the era of overtime, no team with a tie has made the Super Bowl. Boom.
Wow. So Green Bay is not going, is what you're saying?
Nope, Green Bay is not going to the Super Bowl. Not with the tie.
Here's my question, though. I mean, is Green Bay on fraud alert?
I kind of feel like they are. A game against the Browns and Dallas, and you didn't win either of them?
Yeah, I'm just saying, are they I mean, we talked about like hope. The best case scenario coming out of week 1 was that the Packers were just juiced from the Micah Parsons
Right.
trade, and the Lions were just coming off preseason and having not played, and that has kind of played out a little bit. And the Packers have clearly come back down to earth. You'd think that they would have been hyped last night to play against the Cowboys for Micah.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, they scored a lot of points. Defense was terrible. So,
Defense still gave up 40.
so
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So what are they? I mean, we thought they were a defensive juggernaut coming out of because they shut the Lions down, and now they're
And this was a Dallas offense playing without arguably their best player.
for sure
No CD Lamb in this
Yeah.
game.
definitely their best.
I
player.
think-
It is a valid question after
Yeah.
4 weeks of the season, especially because people were so high after week 1.
And after week 2, I mean,
Yeah.
the Packers looked amazing in week 2, but ever since that game, I think you're right. That moment to now, there can't be more data than we've gotten to sort of suggest that like it was a fluke, both for the Lions and the Packers. I mean, that Thanksgiving Day game is really, really going to tell us a lot.
And not to say that the Packers are a bad team at all, but after week 1, I mean, everyone was like, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the
Yeah, pretty
that is the class of the NFC. That's what everybody was
Yes.
saying.
Yep.
Packers are
And
the team to beat.
And I think now
think
that
so.
everybody's kind of caught up in 2 weeks.
It's the
that's
Eagles
NFL.
now, right? It's probably the Eagles now, but the
They look
Lions
good
have
against Tampa Bay.
re-entered the conversation.
For sure.
agreed.
Them tying Dallas was kind of fitting because I felt like they were almost very mirrored of each other. Like they felt like
November
the
is
same team.
November is going to be incredible though
Yes.
because the Lions have the Eagles on the road and then they have the Packers for Thanksgiving. That is
Yeah.
going to be, you know, the 2 best games of the
That's good
season.
stuff. Yeah,
right
that's good
there.
stuff.
Jerry Jones
Right
was
there.
happy with the tie, so I'm happy.
Well, congratulations to you and Jerry. Still more to come on DSP. Postseason baseball. We have to get to it. Have to. You seem so thrilled. Tigers heading back to Cleveland as they face the Guardians in the wild card round. We will talk about it when we return.